Man, welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Now we got the crew in here. Craft man, what's going on?
You sound like you coming in chilling today.
Chilling like a villain, man.
Listen.
I am, man. The Friday night episodes are the best ones. There's no doubt about it.
True.
Got Big Dunc in the building.
It's even better with me hopping on. You're king, baby. You're king.
Finally got his bitch ass on the podcast, man. Glad. I couldn't wait I could not wait to call his colluding ass out, man. Put him on the podcast. The man colluded and is 1-3.
Yeah, I think I'm the same record in that league as I am our main one.
That man Doug fleeced you.
Fleeced you. Hold up now. Hold up. That trade looks a little bit different now. Don't even lie.
Nah, I'm just kidding, man. That dude's gonna be rebuilding for about 5 to 6 years.
We're gonna be dead before he wins the championship.
Hey, he might have the 101 and the 102 next year, though.
Gonna get some. He's gonna get both of them quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all were clowning me. I said Akil ain't competing, bro. I told you this.
Man, anyway, man, Kraft, what's the news, man? Before that, add the podcast. Add me on Twitter. Add Dunk on Twitter, too. Duncan says.
Duncan _ says. Yes, sir.
What's going on, Kraft?
Shoot, y'all pick me up if I forget anything because I done closed it all out. So Mac Jones is out. I'm just going to say who's out because there's like a million people questionable still. Don't know if they playing. So Mac Jones is out. DJ Chark is out. Amon-Ra questionable. That's a big one. Swift is out. And Isaiah McKenzie returned to practice today. He has a chance to play. And I'm forgetting one, Dunk. What we got? Pitts. Kyle Pitts is out.
Out. Dunk. If you ain't got Pitts, who are you looking to replace him?
Shit, on my team, I'm rolling with Evan Ingram out there, but I don't feel comfortable with it.
You never
know.
He's
going to get points on his.
Yeah. I got Cole Kmet. It's either him or Cole Kmet. I don't feel comfortable with either one, so I guess I'll go with Evan Ingram. That seems like a better offense.
Cole Kmet, another one I was wrong about this year.
Man, I should have fleeced you.
I know. Wasn't I trying to get Cole Kmet from you? I was kind of high on him.
You were telling me Kmet in a second for Goddard. I should have definitely.
Oh, man. I almost messed up. Dang. Whew.
Yeah,
sometimes I look back and think, thank goodness. What else we got? Is that it? That's pretty much it, though.
Yeah, that's it for the news, man. Ain't the whole, like we said, every single player from every team is questionable nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's hurt.
Yeah, I guess the other two big names was Hill and Waddle, so those Miami receivers, but they both might play. You never know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they just throw people on the injury report and just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Give these dudes a break. Hey.
Well, look, man. This episode, we're just gonna do some trade talking. Maybe talk about some trades that went down in our league. Some of the leagues. I know Crash done some trades lately. Had a big trade weekend. Dunk is the I don't know. This dude stays trading. Trading. So we definitely the trade master. How about that? Except Dunk, I don't know. How many does Dunk win? He's starting to look bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked good at first. They always look good at first. But...
Nah, I'm just kidding. Dunk's definitely fleeced some because I remember in the offseason I was looking at some of these trades like, come on, man. Players going back and forth. I'm talking about in our league, the home league. I was like, man, what the heck? But anyways,
Yeah.
let's talk some trades, man. Let's see what we would do with some. Let's just specify if it's gonna be like Dynasty or
Yeah, I was about to
redraft.
say. What do you want to do
The-
first? You want to do Dynasty or redraft?
It don't even matter. We could just throw all kinds of trades out there. Whatever y'all
I'll
want
talk
to
about
do.
a I'll
I
talk
like
about a
them
big
all though.
Dynasty one I had.
Yeah, throw a Dynasty one up in there, then don't.
So like, that's what I had. Well, let me get to it right here. I know it was for CD Lamb and Brees Hall. They were both involved. Damn, where's it at? Oh, here it is. So I traded away Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, and T. Higgins. This was pre-injury to David Montgomery too, for Brees Hall and CD Lamb.
You got Brees Hall and CD Lamb?
Yeah, I got
These
that.
people y'all play with, oh my God.
Well, crap, you
Hey,
know who
man,
I
I
would
was
have went with. I'm going
this
CD
dude
and
sent it to
Brees.
me too.
Yeah, I'm going CD. I definitely side with CD and Brees on that.
Oh yeah, easily. But like I said, this was 2 weeks prior though, so this was before the David Montgomery injury. But man, I just kind of want to talk about the values of these players. I mean, clearly we know our stance with CD and Brees Hall. What do you think about Allen Robinson and all them other dudes?
I'll go ahead and get on this one because Allen Robinson was one of my big swings and misses.
Yeah,
I got him in Dynasty, but at this point, like he's getting like age 29. I'm thinking a second round pick for him.
yeah.
That I would take practically anything for Allen Robinson because when it comes too late, it's too late. You're just stuck. Either
Yeah.
you start him or you just get something. So
I was wondering if you could get a second rounder for Allen Robinson.
All right, that's what I was thinking. Could you even sell him, or is it more of a hold situation? Because I mean, this offense could turn around. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know what to think of it really.
Well, look, before the year, I definitely wasn't like down on Allen Robinson, but I wasn't like hyping him up either. But I
Yeah,
was
same.
definitely thinking he was going to do better than this. I still think he probably could.
Yeah.
Their offense
Yeah.
just hasn't looked good.
No, that offensive line looks terrible.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford looks kind of old now.
Yeah, he does. Cooper Kupp's the only guarantee on there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's just getting that target concentration, man. Him and Higbee are the only ones getting it.
yeah.
What was the other player in that trade?
Well, on the other side of the deal was David Montgomery and T. Higgins. So I mean, he did get a receiver upgrade for maybe this
and T. Higgins
season,
is balling out.
Yeah, but in the long term, I like CD better than anybody else, really.
Yeah, I would.
I think there's a world.
Yeah,
I think there's a world where T. Higgins is better than CD, but I do like CD better in Dynasty. But I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the day T. Higgins had a better career.
Yeah,
Mhm.
agreed.
Yeah, I feel that, especially attached to a better quarterback.
Yeah.
As far as
But
David Montgomery, as far as that goes, I would be trying to sell him.
Yeah. Hey,
just because it's the last year on his deal with Chicago, the uncertainty. If I could get a second rounder for him, I would trade him.
Yeah.
Y'all wouldn't,
Really?
or you would want more or less?
Man, I don't even know.
You'd want more.
Yeah, I'd probably try to get more.
I want more.
I would definitely sell him for a first.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, easily.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
I think I would.
Depending on when the seconds are. If it's 2:23 seconds, oh yeah, I'm firing that.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you on that.
But I don't know if you can sell him for that, really, especially with him coming off an injury. I feel like it's kind of a time you got to hold him, just see what happens when he comes back. But when he comes back, he's kind of going into competition with Khalil Herbert now. So I don't know.
Yeah, because Khalil Herbert, he plays good every time he's on the field.
Yeah, that dude does look good. Chicago's just so bad, man.
Well, here's a question for you: if you're competing now, would you trade Herbert for Montgomery if you were trying to win this year? Straight up.
Oh man,
I would just I would take,
man, that's
I'm gonna
kind
be
of
real.
tough.
I think I
know.
might would go Herbert.
Yeah, I might go Herbert too.
Maybe.
Man, but I don't know. I mean, Khalil Herbert showed out games last year, and they picked David Montgomery above them. It's just dependent. What's the injury exactly?
It's some kind of lower body, but he's questionable for this week. So you're probably looking at least next week. And I mean, Demont looked great before he went out. So
yeah,
it's not like he looked bad and Herbert looked good.
Yeah.
True.
They both look good, really.
What was the last player on that deal, Dunk?
It was the T. Higgins.
Oh, yeah, T. Higgins. Okay,
Yeah,
well, we
T.
all
Higgins
know where we
out,
stand with
David
T.
Montgomery.
Higgins. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, yeah. I definitely like the Brees Hall CD side. I think Brees Hall has a chance to be super good with all
I
that
think that.
passing work.
Oh yeah, I think he's top 5 dynasty asset right now.
Top
In terms of
5
running back.
dynasty. Kraft,
Yeah.
you agree with that?
Top 5. We talking about running backs,
RB.
right? Just running
Yeah.
backs. Yeah,
Just running back.
definitely. We talked about this in last episode. I think he's creeping up to like top 3. You know, Najee's been terrible.
Yeah, Najee has been terrible.
Swift is kind of following the Dalvin Cook trajectory, where it's like the shoulder
Exactly.
injury over and over and over again.
Exactly.
And then, you know, Jonathan Taylor, I think he'll figure it out. But I mean, would you dunk Brees Hall for Najee straight up? How would you do it?
Oh, in dynasty or redraft?
Dynasty.
Oh, I definitely would hit that easily.
You take Hall?
Yeah, Brees Hall easily.
Same.
Well,
I was trying to even do that earlier this week with Jordan's ass, but he done got smart now. Now he doesn't want to trade anybody.
He's starting to button up a little bit. It's about time.
Yeah, I've been trying to get in his ear a little bit, I guess.
Man,
the
Kraft,
thing with it,
let me tell you about a trade that went down with him. He's what is he in, like 4th place right now? But we were saying he was rebuilding. So he traded Chubb for 2 first-rounders, right? You got to take that, right? Before the season.
if you said he thought he wasn't going to be competing.
Yeah, he was last.
If he had Chubb this year, his team would be like.
Yeah,
I felt like it would be pretty good.
I don't think y'all kind of play Dynasty more than me, but I don't value the picks as much as y'all do. I do value picks, and they can hit. But I mean, if you go back to even this year, you got a couple hits, you got a couple misses, and I mean, Chubb's still about 26.
Yeah, I think he's 25.
So you saying you might not would have done it? You wouldn't have done that?
If I was just awful, like you said, dead last, I probably would have done it.
Yeah, he had the 101 last year.
Yeah,
I
would have done it for that. But
and I mean,
you also, when did it happen? Because you have to pay attention
before the year.
Things.
Yeah, probably a week before, I think. Right at it.
It's just crazy how trades work out sometimes, though. Matt Kraft, tell us one of the trades. Give us one of the trades you did, man.
I'll do 2. One of them ain't gonna really don't mean much, but I'm like 1-3 right now. The dude I traded with is like 4-0, so he's in win. He's in win now mode, and I just looked at my roster. I got like Najee, AJ Dillon, you know, Travis Etienne. Then they're not going to take me to a championship this year. So,
Dynasty.
Yeah, this is Dynasty, and I just traded him, Zach Ertz, for Dawson Knox. That was a little small trade. This is probably a half-year rental for him, you know, until he's probably done after that. So Zach Ertz definitely better for this year, but I mean, like I said, I'm not winning nothing, so you need to give me a piece for later. But the big one I made, I traded. I want to hear Dunk's. I want to hear what Dunk thinks about this one, but traded Mike Williams and a first for CD.
Oh yeah, I think you definitely won that one.
The CD side.
Yeah, I think CD's a top 5 dynasty asset altogether. Really,
I got him at number 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle putting him and AJB are neck and neck for me in terms of that 3 and that 4.
Ooh.
So yeah, I think you won that deal. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
but Mike Williams, too boom or bust. I don't trust him yet, man. I really don't. And I think that Joshua Palmer looks good too.
Yeah. I mean, he's about 28. You know, CD's still like 23. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're getting another decade probably. And CD, I mean, it's only up from here. So I feel like you definitely did a good job on buying low on him.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It seems like people are panicking with Cooper Rush in there.
Man, I know this in PPR league. CD's number 12 right now.
Yeah, he hasn't looked bad. Cooper Rush hasn't looked bad, really.
CD or Jamar Chase? Dynasty.
Jamar Chase easily.
Why you say that? Easily.
I just think him and Jefferson are on an entirely different level, especially with their connection, their QBs. Jamar Chase, especially working with Joe Burrow. I mean, I feel like we're kind of low on him right now just because he's facing a bunch of that shadow and that double coverage every play, basically, because they're just trying to keep that deep ball away. But just wait. I mean, he's just going to have a 40-point game and reestablish himself.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think he's boom or bust. I wouldn't say bust. He's been solid enough.
Yeah, I think he's top 3 in targets this year or something like that. Top 5 at least, I know. It's just more or less, like I said, they're just putting that safety and covering that top end, man. They don't want them beating it. But T. Higgins is eating right now on that one-on-one coverage. They're going to have to start focusing him too.
Yep. I'm with Dunk on Jamar Chase. Definitely being 2 over CD.
Yeah.
Jefferson, Jamar.
Yeah.
I got one question about Jefferson that don't get brought up much. Jefferson, by far, number 1 dynasty wide receiver, right? For everybody.
Yeah.
So why is that? Kirk Cousins might not even be there next year or the year after. He might be stuck with.
Pretty sure he just extended for 2 more years.
I don't know what his contract is really. I thought that
it's 1 or 2 years, but it's not 3.
Yeah.
So you might have him this year and next year at the most. So you're stuck with when we're talking about Jamar, you got Dak for a while. I mean, you got Burrow for a while. You're talking about CD, you got Dak for a while. So that doesn't really – y'all are still Justin Jefferson.
I'm just thinking 2 years. If I was doing a startup, I would still take 2 years of Jefferson, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it seems like, too, I mean, they're not really having a second receiver, so I feel like he's just going to get all the targets, whereas Gallup's kind of coming up as a number 2. And I feel like Dallas likes to get offensive weapons, really.
Yeah, but if y'all are talking about just 2 years, like you said, Cooper Kupp has got 2 years left.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like the age at that point, though.
Yeah.
Kupp's 29.
Jefferson's going to be there for a lot longer, but Matt, he said he'd go Justin Jefferson for 2 years.
I think also Matthew Stafford has to be kind of counted into that, too. This dude's kind of falling off, too.
Yeah,
I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to decline to like that, to what Matthew Stafford's looking like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Line's not blocking good. I mean, that's stuff that could be fixed, but.
Right. I mean, that's kind of why I personally got Jamar Chase. Like I said, I think it's 1A, 1B, but I kind of favor towards Jamar just because he has that QB connection. I mean, that runs deep, especially in your performance and having them know exactly who you are as a player, know where to put it. Know where you operate. Yeah, I don't know. That goes a long way with receivers, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I got my rankings about the same as y'all do. I was just kind of bringing up some things that, might not get thought about because with Jamar, of course, he's going to be with Burrow till the end of time, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's probably the safest out of all of them. CD should be pretty decently safe, but I still think CD got a lot of room for improvement too.
Oh yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. He's 3, but he has the potential to crack into that 1. I think.
Yeah,
he's definitely talented enough, but I think AJB's talented enough too. And I know people were dogging my ass last year for saying that about him, but I mean, I think he's proven that, especially with Jalen Hurts taking steps up, and again, like I'm talking about, establishing that rapport and actually being able to connect with your quarterback. I mean, that just look at it, man.
Hey, man, you can ask Kraft. I was higher on A.J. Brown than he was in the redraft rankings.
Oh, yeah.
I had him at 8. Good. I drafted him in that redraft league.
Yeah. That's probably good then.
So.
Yeah. While we're on A.J. Brown talking about him, I don't feel like he has as big of a name as some of these other guys. I think you could wait for him to have a shit game and maybe try to go after him.
Yeah, I agree. I see people always trying to sell him for whatever reason.
Yeah, because he ain't got a big name. I mean, you're never going to get Chase unless you just go crazy. Probably not going to get CD unless you go crazy. But that same trade I made, Mike Williams and a first for A.J. Brown, would that still be a win?
I think so.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
In my opinion.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, fellas, I'll just say one thing about the only trade I've made all season. I'm in like 5 different leagues. Well, one of them's a best ball. and one of them is Dunk Superflex League. I just look at that league and I'm just like, pfft, and just want to take a dump all over it. Nah, now that I'm 2-2, I'm taking that junk. I'm starting to button up a little bit. It's time to button up. A little bit of. I might be a little ahead of schedule. I might be going for a championship run.
You know, you ain't gonna touch it, bro. Phil beat me like 295 to 14, dude.
Yeah, I did see that. Good.
Phil's team is stout, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, in my home league, the league that matters the most, nothing matters more than the home league. Curtis Samuel. Back in the day, I made a trade with Dunc. I don't even know if you would remember this. I traded you Miles Gaskins for Curtis Samuel.
Yeah,
and when we made that trade, I think Kill said, y'all are just making trades just to trade. I think that's what they said. But then I got Curtis Samuel, and he had those 2 good games or whatever, and I flipped him for a 2023 second. It's going to be a late 2023 second and a 2024 second, which I think, in my eyes, would be an early 24 second. Because it's Davis 24 second, so I'm thinking,
yeah.
I'm going to be taking his. So to me, what do y'all think about that one?
Oh, I definitely think he won that. I'm just going to be honest. I would have traded Curtis Samuel for 123 second, in all honesty. I'm just not on Washington, man. I think that ball's too spread around, man. You got Logan Thomas, you got Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. But, I mean, it's like you guys were talking about. I think you were saying in another podcast video, talking about Curtis Samuel being like an equate Debo Samuel, basically.
Yeah, I feel like he is. He's like mini little Debo running around. Yeah. Not quite as strong, not quite as fast. He's a little wannabe, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that thing is ugly. Yeah, I don't know. I would have definitely hit that one. I'm surprised you even got 2 seconds from him. But David, man, I'm not surprised because it is David. Like,
he says he's like Kraft. He don't value draft picks.
Yeah, I can tell he doesn't have a first rounder for 4 years or so. And his
has he won though or no?
He got to the championship last year, but he kind of got piggybacked off of Derrick Henry for the first half. And then this dude lost 5 straight games going into the playoffs.
So you're telling me if he had Derrick Henry, to won the whole thing is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Because he had Cooper Kupp and Derrick Henry. So, I mean, they were killing it at first.
Dang.
You win 1 championship in a 12-man league, you good for the next 12 years is the way I look at it, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, it's a fall from grace.
So, what do y'all think about in Dynasty? Like, how hard do you commit when you are win now mode? Like, if you're like in week 10 and you're, say, I don't know, 8-2, how hard do you try to get rid of them draft picks to maybe grab a Derrick Henry or something like that, or McCaffrey or one of the older running backs, just to see if you can win this year?
Man, I'd be unloading first if I knew for sure that I could make a playoff run, and I'm already looking at the strength of schedule and everything like that for those running backs. Yeah, I'd be willing to give up a first to go win a championship. It just kind of depends on, but I mean, I try to play it smart and look out for my future. So if I give away a first, I at least want a good 2 or 3 years of production out of players. You know, I don't want to trade a first for Derrick Henry, if that makes sense.
Well, you got like a player that is going to be good for the rest of this year, like in Melvin Gordon. Javonte, right. What would you give up for him to make a playoff run?
I wouldn't give up a first, but I mean, I'd consider giving up a second, though, for sure.
Yep, I agree.
Because a team who has Melvin Gordon and they're not competing, there's no reason for them to have him.
Right, yeah. I mean, man, I'm kind of iffy about Melvin Gordon anyways.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about I was thinking about that too, if I would do that. I think I would. Listen, this is where I stand. I'm definitely not going to let giving up a draft pick cost me for winning the championship. Like, I'm definitely willing to give up a draft pick to win a championship. Yeah. So it's like, if this is what I mean by that, Dunc. If I'm in the playoffs, I'm definitely shipping some stuff out to bring in right before the deadline.
Yeah, but I'll give you a little story though as to like how this shit backfires though, because I ended up thinking that I could win the playoffs, right? And so I ended up trading away Judy. I can't remember what it was. It was a Judy in a first, I think, and maybe even a second for McLaurin in a second. And that ended up coming and biting me in the ass though, because McLaurin didn't end up performing. He was just too boom or bust. But at the time it was looking good. And then now looking back on it, you know, my pick's getting used for some other team.
Judy sucks though. Judy might not ever be good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm high on Judy though. I mean, just look at him. It's more or less Russ's fault for not being able to connect with him.
I do agree that Russ Kraft. Would you not agree that Russ he definitely looks washed right now. He looks a little fat. He looks slow.
He looks, all the balls are selling on him. Like he does not look good. And I mean, we're still a little early in the year. We still got, I'd say by like I said, about week 9, if they're still looking this bad, they're not going to get no better. But Judy has had nothing but hype all the way since college, since he got drafted, but no production.
Hey, look at this. Look at just this year alone, though. When he's been healthy, right? He did sustain that injury, and he was pretty fucked up for that week 2, week 3. And even last night, Russell Wilson misconnected him through the ball, you know, the middle of the field when he could have thrown it to the sideline. That's a touchdown for Jerry Jeudy right there. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just like that one-on-one coverage. I feel like he just gets separation like crazy.
It's really
this offense just got to get better, man. This offense just got to get better for everything to get better.
Well, that's also what makes me kind of skeptical about Melvin Gordon too, because this offense just looks terrible, man. This is
In the offseason, I offered Jalen Hurts for Russell Wilson, but it got declined.
Thank God.
Thank
God.
You're talking about in the which one? Which league?
The Superflex League.
Oh man,
got lucky on that one because now my quarterbacks are still
head about Jalen Hurts.
Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts. I mean, shoot, I'm sitting good at quarterback.
Yeah,
for the next few years, as good as any.
Yeah. Hey, I got a trade that we did in that Dynasty League with Judy involved that Newlands and Mill just did recently.
Yep.
So I got Jerry Jeudy and Najee Harris, and I gave up Travis Etienne and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, okay. This was an interesting trade. I want to look at that one again because I don't really blame Zamil for going to get an ETN because to me he's a buy low candidate. If I could get ETN on the low, hold on, I'm definitely going for it. But hold on, he gave up pretty much Najee for him, and I know Najee's been struggling. I don't know if I would have been giving up Najee for ETN.
Man, but he did get Garrett Wilson though, and that's where it gets a little gray for me because Garrett Wilson looks like a boss, man. That dude looks great. But I see Kraft shaking his head. I know he's not.
Yeah, Kraft, what you got, man?
I'm about done with your Clemson ass bias, man. Jesus.
Hey, it's all right.
ETN has done absolutely jack diddly squat, and James Robinson is only 24 years old. He's not going anywhere. Travis Etienne is running back 40. I know we're talking about Dynasty. This man has less points than Darrell Henderson and Nyheim Hines this year. He is running back 42.
Man, this is rookie year. This is pretty much his rookie year.
Did you see the names I said around him, though? Rex Burkhead got a lot more points than he does.
I think he's going to do better literally this season. I would buy low in redraft.
He's a pass-catching back that ain't catching but about 2 passes a game.
Right now, things can change.
Man, but they all
he's a buy low candidate. What if James Robinson hits the deck? Then you got this guy with this talent. You could have got him on the low. You're like, dang, I got him on the low, and then look at it. He's ready for a back half of the season run.
He's a buy low, as in you're buying one. You know, them, you go to the gas station, you see them little one-piece double bubbles in there. That's what Travis Etienne is.
Kraft, what was that?
You can buy low, but it's like a penny.
Kraft, tell Dunc what you would sell. What was that? You said you would sell ETN for? Or
I would sell ETN for a second.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
ETN's doo-doo, man.
But it's his talent, though, man. His profile, especially, just looks good. And the
So,
report was
Dunk,
Trevor
if
Lawrence.
you could get Travis Etienne for a second round pick, you would do that?
Oh yeah, easily. I'd give it 2, shit, maybe even 3 second rounders for
All
it.
right, yeah. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
But I
but
wouldn't
the
give up
thing is,
3.
yeah, but I really do believe that I got Najee higher than ETN. I mean, at least Najee, you know what you got
Yeah.
there. And I mean, I know you talked about it in a previous episode. I mean, he is with the Steelers.
All right, so what's up? We got what's another trade we got going on out
Well,
there in
hold
these
on. Before we
leagues?
move on to that, who you think won that trade then?
Which one?
The Najee and what was it? Najee and Judy for ETN and Wilson, Garrett Wilson.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Clemson, man.
I'm gonna have to definitely say Garrett Wilson and ETN. For Najee and
Yeah, you
Judy.
are high.
Nah,
You're low
I'm
on
kind of
Judy
high
and
on
high on
Garrett Wilson
Wilson.
too, though. I feel like I'm higher on Garrett Wilson than you and Zamil to be tossing them back and forth like that.
Hey, I'm high on
I
Garrett Wilson.
I
I'm
would
high on
definitely
Judy
if
too.
I would have definitely held on to him, both of y'all.
Yeah, probably.
I like Najee still. He might have a down year this year, but you're talking
Yeah.
about the Pittsburgh Steelers running back, man.
At the end of the
Mhm.
year,
Steelers a great organization. They'll figure it out.
yep. I'm thinking at the end of the year and the next offseason, Najee might be a good buy low candidate, maybe. Somebody
You think
frustrated
he's
with the
still?
year.
Yeah. You
So
think he's still top 5 RB,
yeah,
Dynasty RB?
I would say yeah. He's definitely yeah. Because
You'd
who's
have him or
above him?
Swift?
I'm definitely taking Swift. I think I'm a little. I mean, Swift is it. I do agree that Swift's like the Dalvin Cook, but Dalvin Cook definitely had
Mhm.
years where he was definitely like top 2. I feel like
Yeah.
in dynasty rankings.
No, I'm probably with you there. I think definitely Swift probably has a higher upside right now.
Stay healthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
But
I mean, I think Swift's still going to come back and have more good games left for him the rest of the year. So
Yeah. Plays with the best offense in the league.
yeah, which is crazy
you
to
think
say,
Jamal,
but
It's true.
you think
And
Jamal Williams is
all
going
right,
to eat into it though?
man. Speaking
his
of
game
that,
script proved too.
well, shoot, then I got that's one that I would like to talk about, Jamal Williams, since we on it. I got Jamal Williams in 2 dynasty leagues.
Mm-hmm.
One league I'm competing in for a championship. The other one, I'm not really competing. I'm thinking now's the time to sell
So high.
Jamal
Yeah.
in that other league, but in the one that I'm competing in, I'm considering selling anyways. What y'all think about that? Should I sell on Jamal Williams? This will be a very good time to get some.
Depends
What if I
what's
could
your asking
get?
price.
I don't. What I bet David's not listening right now. This is what I'm gonna say. What if I would you consider doing Jamal Williams for like Brian Robinson?
Yeah, probably. I'd probably do that.
You think he would go for it?
Yeah,
What if
probably.
I'm thinking about doing it after this week. I need him to play this week, and I'm gonna try to ship him, try to get Brian Robinson.
Yeah.
What you think,
You
Kraft?
fancy
Smooth?
for? I would try to get Brian Robinson because
But I am
yeah,
competing. I'm definitely competing in this league.
but you might Williams. I don't know. It depends on how good your team is. Like even with Swift in, Jamal Williams was a touchdown machine. He's
Yeah.
not the worst flex play even with Swift, but I mean, if your team is pretty good, where you think when Swift comes back, you're definitely not going to need him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you're pretty good at running backs in that league though.
Yeah, my running backs is my deepest thing.
But it's nice to have that handcuff because I mean, when Swift goes out, I mean, hell, Jamal Williams
Yeah.
top 10, shit, maybe even with top 5 upside. Really, damn.
Right now, I think he's number 6 in PPR leagues. It's 6 or 8.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
He's 6.
I just think
That's
there's never going to be a better time to sell Jamal Williams than now. Never.
Oh yeah, I'll scream that from the top of my lungs, man. Sell high on this guy for real.
What happens if you have
Dunk trying to
Swift
get me
and
to get rid of
Freeze?
Jamal Williams, so because he knows what league I need to sell him in. He's like, yeah, sell this guy. We'll see though. I got to get the right deal for him though, because I really don't mind having the handcuff either though, especially going for
No,
the
I feel
ring.
that.
So it's like, and the way he's been performing, he's definitely a good flex play. And if I'm desperate for a running back, I would rather have Jamal Williams than a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's another way of thinking. I don't know. It's just the dynasty game.
Would you sell him for 2 picks like Curtis Samuel?
Oh man, what? If somebody offered me 2 seconds for Jamal Williams,
Boom.
that's
What about 1 second
automatic.
rounder?
That's automatic. I'm just being honest. Go ahead,
What
Dunk.
about 1 second rounder?
If it's high, a 2023 high one, I thought it was gonna be a high one. I'd probably do it
Yeah, that sounds about reasonable.
because all I know is we need to do an episode talk about these 2023 guys, and then within the next few weeks. But I'm hearing this running back class is pretty deep. And I don't mind going running back rookies. I don't mind grabbing some of them.
No, I feel that.
So
No.
I obviously go into those rookie drafts trying to get the best player available. But if I can get a running back, that's what I really want to try to do.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I'm telling you, you want to start off young.
Yep. So what you thinking, man? What else? What other trades? We got any other trades out there?
I got one I did yesterday. I traded AJ Dillon and a 2023 second for Dobbins.
Oh yeah, you killed that one.
Dobbins got more upside.
Say that one again, Kraft.
AJ Dillon and a second rounder for Dobbins.
Yep, I would have taken Dobbins all day with that.
Yeah, easily. Man, but now I will say this. Hopefully Dave is not watching. Now is probably a good time to buy low on AJ Dillon.
Think so?
Yeah,
I think so. Especially with Aaron Jones' performance. I think it's clear that Aaron Jones is definitely RB1 there for now. But going down the road, I mean, I do like the way AJ Dillon looks.
Yeah. Might go
Jones
over
will
there
probably be there for another year, I would say. I don't know his contract, but I would think he'd be there next year too. So
you think I could offer David Jamal Williams for AJ Dillon?
No.
Man, maybe. If he accepts that, he's dumb. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah.
I tell you, some of these trades, they look so good when you make them, and then they end up being irrelevant. Me and Dunk made one at the start of the season. I don't remember the whole thing. I remember he gave me Swift, and I gave him a first. He gave me Josh Jacobs, and I gave him Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
And then I think I gave him Allen Robinson. No, I gave him DJ Moore, and he gave me Allen Robinson. They both suck.
Man, I'm glad I flipped them then. Hell, I can't believe I held on to them.
I mean, Moore is definitely more valuable, but I still think I liked getting Swift for the first. That was and I really wanted to get rid of Gibson. So
oh yeah,
I was happy about it. I don't think either one of us really killed it. Depends on what you get with that first for Swift.
Yep.
Man, I think you brought up a good player to talk about dynasty-wise, though. What about DJ Moore? What's the price for him right now? Because I know we had a trade. We could actually talk about that, too. We had a trade go down between Chris and Will, right, for DJ Moore?
Yeah.
Let me pull that one up, actually.
Pull it on up. Yeah. Shout out to Chris.
What do we think about DJ Moore, though?
I think the Panthers are going to get a quarterback next year because they're going to be about 1-16 this year. I think they're a prime candidate for quarterback. And if they don't, they'll probably try to trade for one because I think they're tired of this crap.
All right, fellas. Yeah. This is what we got right here. This was the trade that went down in the most competitive league in the country. Will Savage received Juju Smith-Schuster, Trevor Lawrence, Joshua Kelly, and a 2023 third, which is nothing. A third blah. Then C. Swizzy got, who did he get? Deontay Foreman, DJ Moore, Chuba Hubbard, Isaiah McKenzie, and a 2024 second. I know that's a lot of stuff. This is a dynasty league. Look, I think Will got the better receiver in Juju right now for this year, and he's in win now mode for
Mhm.
sure. So,
Yeah, for
so
sure.
getting Juju is better for him. Trevor Lawrence, I feel like is like with his quarterback needs,
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That golf though.
had to get. He had to. He had Jared
Yeah.
Goff.
Yeah, he's got Jared Goff.
Oh man, he needs to be playing him. What's he doing?
Yeah, but
Who
that's
would
the
have
thing.
known though? Who would have known Jared Goff is going to be as good as he
Oh
is?
yeah, I agree. I mean, are you
I
guys high on Juju like that though?
no, I'm not high on him, but for this year, you got to take him over
Uh,
DJ Moore. And all right. So to answer your question about DJ Moore, he might be a buy low candidate, but I'm just gonna be honest. I'm buying low. It's got to be like a low price, but because I'm not giving up, I'm definitely not giving up a second for DJ Moore.
yeah. You're talking about if you're a more owner or if you're giving up the second for him.
Oh man, I'll give up
Like
more
you're
for a
giving up a
second.
second?
Would you? Would you give up more for a second?
Oh no. I thought you were saying never mind. I had it flipped around.
I
I
don't
thought you were
think.
saying you wouldn't give up a second rounder for him.
No.
We,
What I'm saying is oh yeah, I'll take the second rounder. That's what I'm saying.
What
I don't think I would.
you would sell him for a second rounder?
Yeah,
You got DJ Moore? I'll come get him from you.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I don't
nah,
know about that.
I don't know, man. I think this is my biggest swing and a miss. I do not like. I don't know. This one's tough. This one ain't
But
looking
we've
good,
seen
and
the
I don't think
talent
this one
though.
getting. But I mean, I don't know. He's been okay. He just hasn't been that. What we've been
Bro.
saying.
Baker though, Baker looks horrible.
I know. I mean, they haven't had a quarterback in a while.
I'm talking
Them
about this dude
situations
looks.
don't just get fixed just like that.
Yeah, they
Dude,
said
that's
this
not
is
right.
the quarterback heavy draft though.
Man, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm watching these guys. I'm not buying any of them except for like two, maybe, and really one. Truthfully and
Bryce
honestly,
Young,
yeah, that dude's easily the best player in college football.
you need Hans Stroud.
He's the second best, but he's nowhere near Bryce Young. The rest of the
Yeah.
guys, some of them are okay, and then some of them got the you know analytics on their side. Not analytics, but the height, the weight, the arm. Some of them got that.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's just say if he gets a good QB situation, and it's Matt Rule that's the head coach, right?
He's gonna be fired after.
Yeah,
He's
he's
got to
gonna
be
be
Fired.
gone.
Yeah,
gone.
that's what I'm
He's
saying.
fired. He's gone.
Got to be gone.
Let's just say they get a better coach and they actually fulfill the quarterback need and get a good rookie coming out. You don't think he can get back up to the top 15 wide receiver
Mm,
wise?
yeah, I don't know with a rookie quarterback.
Not next year with a
Yeah.
rookie.
So you're looking at like pretty much this year and then next year as a wash. That's 2 years.
Well, I think a rookie quarterback might be better than Sam Darnold and Baker, though.
You know, the more I'm starting to
Yeah.
think about it, really is you can be as optimistic as you want, like of a good quarterback coming in, but really history tells you that teams struggle more than they find a quarterback real quick.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I don't know. It could happen. The next Justin Herbert might go to the Panthers, but
Right.
if you're really looking at the chances of that happening, it's to be realistic and not optimistic. I would say it's pretty slim that that's
Mhm.
going to happen.
Yeah. No, I get that. Man, I've been a fan of DJ Moore. I've just seen him perform.
Me
Damn,
Yeah.
too.
I wish he'd get out of there, then. I don't know what
I
his
agree,
contract looks like. He
man.
needs to
Oh,
get
he
out of
didn't
there.
sign a new one. He's like 4 years or
I know,
something.
Oh, yeah,
man.
because he did get paid, didn't he? Damn, I forgot about that.
That sucks too, man. That's the same way I feel
Trap.
about Terry McLaurin, man. I feel the same way about him. I wish they would
Yeah.
have just got somewhere else. Look,
Who would
fellas.
you rather have? Well, you'd clearly rather have McLaurin, but in terms of talent wise, who do you think is a better receiver, Moore or McLaurin?
Mm,
I don't think there's much difference in either one of them.
yeah.
I'd say McLaurin is probably a little bit better deep threat, and Moore is probably just a better route runner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that.
But they're both in the exact same situation, bad QB play. But
Yeah.
McLaurin, Carson Wentz is better than Baker as far as fantasy goes.
Oh yeah. I feel like we can kind of continue this trend with bad quarterback play and maybe some potentially buy low candidates with talking about the Falcons and Kyle Pitts and
Yeah.
Marcus
Yeah.
Mariota.
Well, look,
Because
man,
now,
Kraft.
if you,
Yeah, I was gonna say, me and Kraft talked about this earlier. He said he was thinking about offering a 23 first for Kyle Pitts and a tight end premium. And I was like, if you could get that, I would do that. No matter, I would do that pretty
yeah,
easily. But you're
oh
hesitant
yeah,
on. Are you hesitant on that, Kraft?
I'm scared. I'm not scared to death about Pitts, man. I,
really,
I am like we just talked about with the Panthers. Good quarterbacks don't just grow on trees,
mm-hmm.
and the Falcons somehow just keep winning. So what? C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young probably gonna be gone by the time it makes it to them.
Yeah,
So you
I don't
betting
know.
on Desmond Ritter
I
and
think that.
Arthur Smith is very run heavy.
Well, look, I
Yeah,
think this is just one of those situations where you're just betting on the age and the talent over the situation
mm-hmm.
right now.
And the, and the
I'm
coaches
big on
too.
the situation. I'm big on the situation, but this is just one where you're like, look, the age, the talent, this dude, they gotta start. How long could they just stop not, not give this guy the ball? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
How long could
okay,
this possibly last? Eventually, they have got to get this guy the ball.
and that's my thing. All right, going through us, are we all in agreement that Kyle Pitts is the best player on the Falcons?
Nah, I
Um,
don't know about that.
You
He's
think Drake
good
right
though.
London?
as of right now, I don't even want to show no disrespect to Cordero, man, just because he's
Mm-hmm.
old. But I mean,
He,
the future's Kyle Pitts and Drake London. So
it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'm with you on that, Kraft. Cordero really is the best player on the team right now.
yeah, and
I'm not even kidding.
it's not a big name like Jonathan Taylor or nothing like that. But shoot, he's outperforming all them big name. He was outperforming all them big name running backs. So just got to give him respect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey, I feel that, man. I like Cordarrelle Patterson. I
but
just don't
look,
like the Falcons. And they're just
Yeah.
terrible.
I agree. Look, I'm a Falcons fan. We are not buttoned up. It makes me so sick to my stomach the way we're operated. But I have liked what we're doing a little bit lately with this new regime. Maybe it'll pan
Mm-hmm.
out. But I'm just saying, man, there's no way we cannot give Kyle Pitts the ball. But Drake London, I think he's gonna be pretty good.
Oh
He's
yeah, I
been
think
pretty
he's gonna
good
be
in
good.
redraft this year already. I think he's.
Yeah.
Where does
No,
Drake
yeah.
London rank dynasty wise?
Shit. I'd say top 15 receiver easily. But I think by the year's end, I think he's top 10 probably.
Ooh,
Kraft.
top 10.
I'd have to have a list right in front of my face.
Yeah, I'd have to have a list in front of it because there's still a bunch of not non rookies that I still like Diggs. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Devontae's getting kind of on the edge of being too old for dynasty, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's still Amon Ra. I like Amon Ra better than
Yeah, I like Amon Ra better. I will say that.
yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, there's a couple. That's just off the top of
Yeah.
my head, but who would y'all say so far? Throw away all the rankings that y'all the pre-draft dynasty rankings. Who's the best rookie receiver? Just give me your top three so far this year.
Out of this class,
Like, who would I want?
Yeah. Who would you want? They're all about the same age. So
I got to want Garrett Wilson above anyone else, maybe.
Olave.
Okay. All right. This is where
yeah.
hold on. Are we talking about dynasty wise?
Yeah, dynasty.
I think
I
I'm
think
gonna
it
go
goes.
Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I like all
I
three
think
of
I'm
them.
going Wilson, London, Olave.
I think Olave is a safer, kind of a safer, but Garrett Wilson is like an upside. What you're kind of looking for, guys who could just
Yeah, I
explode.
agree.
I feel like he could be pretty good, maybe possibility. He could bust because he's with the Jets, but the
You
upside.
know who's outperforming? You know who's outperforming pretty much all of them except for Olave, right? It's
Talk
Romeo
about
Dubs.
Dobbs.
Yeah.
Romeo Dubs.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him in the top three. I'm just saying it's definitely a sneaky one. Like I would take Dubs over Traylon Burks.
I'm starting to. I'm just gonna be honest. I think I'm starting to side with Kraft on this. I like him. I think he really is. He could be the next. What round was he drafted in?
He was drafted in the 4th.
Yeah, I was about to say I thought it was
I
third or
mean,
fourth.
sometimes that's just the way these things work out.
4th
might-
isn't late. It's not
Nope.
early, but it's not late. And it only matters what shows on the field. Like he's Christian Watson got drafted earlier, but I would rather have Dubs than Watson too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about Jameson Williams? In terms of
I'd-
dynasty wise,
I'd take Williams.
Yeah.
I would like to see it, but Williams, I feel like if he wasn't hurt, he was my number 1 ranked receiver coming out.
really?
Yeah.
You don't think you don't think he's going to have a bunch of target competition being up there in Detroit though?
If their defense keeps staying as bad as it is, it don't matter how many people throw the ball to.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I think Amon-Ra will take a little hit, but Jameson, I think he'll still get his.
That'll be a good
Mhm.
duo right there.
So who would
Some
you rather
nasty
have?
duos.
So you'd rather have all those 3 that we mentioned before, London, Olave, and Wilson above Jameson? Clearly, right?
Yeah,
I think
right
I
now,
would,
since
yeah.
I haven't seen it. Yeah,
Yep.
since I haven't seen it.
Even in a dynasty league, I think that's where I lean because I'm definitely feel comfortable with Olave right now.
Oh yeah. I feel real
So
comfortable with him.
It would be nice if any of them played with a good quarterback,
yeah,
but they all don't. What
Yeah.
about y'all think Sky Moore will eventually take over? I mean, he doesn't have that much competition in front of him. You got Juju on a 1-year deal. You got Scantlin on a 3-year deal. You got Mecole, who hasn't really proved anything.
he might
Mhm.
be a good buy low player. Maybe
Mhm.
somebody's just impatient, They're
I think
like,
so.
oh, he's
Man.
trash. I would not. I mean, Sky Moore, I think that's a good one. He could definitely explode with Kansas City. I feel like you're right. These guys ain't gonna stick around like these, and they're not even that good. Not all the 3 that are
Yeah.
ahead of them aren't that good. Sky Moore
Yeah.
was drafted in the 2nd round.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Had a good
Kind of top
landing
end of the
spot.
second round for what I remember.
Yeah, so
I think he's a buy low too. I think I tried to give somebody away. I think I tried to give Allen Robinson away, of course, in the 2nd round.
Oh yeah.
And like a second for Sky Moore or something like that. Allen Robinson's pretty much useless, so it was really a second rounder.
yeah.
No, I feel that.
Mm.
Man,
Shit.
so what about George Pickens then?
Oh yeah, there you go.
'Cause
Man,
I'm kind of conflicted about this dude.
Yeah.
I've got to see it. I got to see. This is something I got to see. I would put Pickens ahead of Sky Moore, I feel like. No. Man,
Okay.
I have to rethink that, man. Sky
don't
Moore's just
know,
in a
man.
better
Pickens does look good.
situation. What do you do with that, Dunk? Would you go Sky Moore or George Pickens?
Probably Pickens.
Kraft?
Like I said with the quarterbacks, I don't know if I believe in Pickett yet.
Yep.
So Sky Moore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Understandable. Sure.
Yep. I think I agree with you. The situation matters. So Pittsburgh, I do think though, at least for a couple years, this guy's at least going to throw the ball, and I think he's going to look at George Pickens more than some of these other guys. I think so.
Mhm.
I'm not exactly low on George Pickens, and we've already seen the talent. He can definitely ball. So
Yeah. And one other thing I need, about Pittsburgh too is they did sign Deontay Johnson, but you remember at the start of the year they said they can only sign Deontay Johnson or Claypool.
yeah.
So they signed Johnson. I think Claypool's gone after this year.
He a buy low candidate for you?
Not who, Claypool?
Yeah.
No, I'm making a point for George Pickens being the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And Claypool being gone next year. So I don't know. It's close between Pickens and Moore.
Yeah.
But staying with this offense, though, is it a hot take to say that would you judge somebody too hard if they wanted Freiermuth over Kyle Pitts?
In terms of
redraft
dynasty?
or
Oh yeah.
In Dynasty.
In redraft, I'd be okay with, but dynasty, I think Pitts is.
Nah, man, I'm
way
definitely
there.
taking Pitts.
Yeah.
You're
But I'm
thinking
super
about
high
that.
on it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Freiermuth he's been great since he's been one of the better rookies this really ever came out in the last few years.
Yeah. I think I still side with, man, you're going to get the best player of the ball despite the quarterback play. Like, you just can't uninvolve Kyle Pitts and expect to just progressively get better. There's just no way, especially when you drafted him top 4 overall.
Okay, fellas.
We jumping all over Brock Bowers in the draft next year.
That's the dude from Notre Dame, right?
Nah,
No,
no?
Brock Bowers is the tight end
That's
for Georgia.
Georgia. I
I'm
thought he
just
wasn't
gonna be
coming out to the
real.
year after.
I'm not sure.
Kraft,
This
just
is his second year.
off the top of your head, Kraft. He's gonna be in the class of 24. Brock Bowers.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
is
that's
it?
what I thought.
Yep, and you think he could be challenged for that number 1 tight end? Dynasty ranking, Kraft.
Bowers,
Yeah.
dude. This is Georgia bias, but man, he looks incredible.
Listen,
He
man,
does look good.
you know me. I'm a Georgia hater. This dude could definitely compete for the number 1. I'm already thinking about what I'm doing. For that 2024 tight end, it's hard to get a good tight end, and I see one out there that could just, man, if he got into a good situation, man, it could be dangerous.
In a tight end premium, you talking about
Mm-hmm.
money.
So,
and shit, Kansas City might go out and try to get him to replace Travis Kelce. By that time, Kelce will be old and done.
man,
That'd be a great replacement. I feel like
that'd be crazy, man.
He's definitely going to be a first-round pick for sure. I just don't know where at in the first round he's going to be at.
Yeah, he's definitely good. Definitely one of the best tight ends I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. He just has the athleticism.
But shoot, man, look, I'm looking at my league right now. We're just gonna go over some players that they've just put on the trade blocks, and these ain't like big names. We're talking about what would you give up, and I want your honest opinion, even if it's the lowest of the low. So Tyler Conklin, what would you give up for a Tyler Conklin?
Man, I'd
dynasty. We're talking about a dynasty. Dude's been going off.
Tight end premium or no?
No tight end premium.
A third rounder.
Would you even accept a third rounder? I mean, would you even? Because I'm not very high on third rounders, but I'm not giving up a third rounder for Tyler Conklin.
Jeez.
I can't believe it. He'll put him.
All right, Kraft. How about a little bit a bigger name? Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz. He's on the franchise tag, right?
Yeah, I
believe so.
So, and
been banged up this year.
He's not a special talent. He's just got opportunity with Dallas because they don't have many folk. Well, Gallup's back now too, so I would just say maybe a second.
So you would give up a second for him?
I probably wouldn't, but I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, it's probably fair.
I wouldn't do it.
Well, shoot. What about another one? Another name like Tyler Algier in the Dynasty League. Maybe a little more interesting prospect. I think he was like a 5th round pick, but he is with Cordell out. This dude's already about to get some starting reps. Pretty much going to get a lot of the work for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Would you give up a second rounder for Tyler Algier?
I'll let Dunc. He was drafted in the 5th round, Dunc.
No, I'm talking about in rookie drafts, like Dynasty rookie drafts. Like 3rd round usually?
Dude, I'm just being honest. This dude, maybe you might could get him in the 4th round in some drafts for sure.
Damn.
3rd, 4th.
Man, I don't know.
It's all about some opportunity. These running backs can hit,
I might give up a 24 or 25 second. I wouldn't give up 23 though.
Yeah, Kraft.
Yeah, I'm with Dunc. It's unfair to some of these players, but a 5th rounder, most likely, if the Falcons, they'll probably try to find somebody else next year. Like I said, Alexander Madison, something like that, or even draft another one.
All right, what about a Brian Robinson? Some of us believe he's going to be the starter. Sounds like he recovers he recovers from that gunshot pretty quick. Brian Robinson. But
Hmm.
don't. What's up, man? What would you give up?
I think a second is some change. I'm just trying to. It's between like 2 seconds. I probably wouldn't give up 2 seconds for him, but I'd give up a second and a third, maybe a couple thirds for him. I'm trying to think of a player to compare it to, man.
Antonio Gibson.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yep. I give up Antonio Gibson for Brian Robinson right now.
Man.
Oh
What
yeah, man,
about
no
who?
doubt.
Who would you rather have, Ramondre Stevenson or Brian Robinson?
I'm gonna say Brian Robinson.
I'd say Stevenson. I think.
I do too. Damian Harris is going to be gone next year.
He's on the last year
Yeah,
of his deal.
Yeah.
and Stevenson's been looking good too, man.
I like Stevenson, but I
Yeah, I
mean,
got
he
him
probably
in a
won't be with the
redraft.
Patriots.
Yeah. Well, what would you give up for him, Kraft? Would you be willing to give up
For
maybe a late
Ramondre?
first?
Or for Ramondre?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's worth a player, probably not a pick. A first is too expensive. A second is probably a slap in the face to somebody. So like it'd have to be like I'm trying to scroll through some names and just I give up Zeke easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably James Conner. I give up.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm just looking through some names. Kareem Hunt, probably.
yeah,
Yeah, something like that. One of them kind of middling running backs that are not real young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he's definitely a hold for sure because I think his value is only going to increase, especially after this Lions game. I feel like this dude's about to rack up some points this week.
mm-hmm. Agreed.
So
Singletary or Stevenson?
for for this year and Dynasty, damn, I don't know. I'd take Stevenson for Dynasty, but I'm thinking about for this year, I'd probably take Singletary just for the way it's looking.
He's 25. He's not old either. Singletary.
Yeah, but man, I don't know because they did draft James Cook. Like I feel like they're trying to use him eventually.
Yeah.
Mm.
I really don't like Patriots running backs. I try to stay away if I can.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel that. That's why I'm kind of iffy about him too.
but I do
But I
feel
mean,
like
Damien Harris is gone.
we all are kind of high on Ramondre Stevenson. Is the way what it sounds like to me though. What about Elijah
Mhm.
Moore at this point? What would you give up for
I'd
Elijah
be trying
Moore?
to buy.
Buy low.
Yeah, I'd be trying to buy.
Second
Mm,
rounder,
for
Oh,
sure.
easily.
two
Yeah.
second
I'd
rounders.
give up two. Yeah, easily. I think you're on the bridge of man. You don't have to give up a late first for him, but I think that's close to his value right there.
Kraft, you give up a first for Elijah Moore?
Yeah, like Dunk said, a late first is probably about dead even, I would say. I mean, y'all are talking about Garrett Wilson. Shoot, Elijah Moore is about the same age and just as talented.
Mm-hmm.
You give
Yeah,
Yeah.
up a first for Garrett Wilson.
but I don't think you got to give up a first is the thing. Like I said, buy low. I think you can get him for somebody.
Like
You might
DJ
even be able to
Moore.
sell. Yeah, yeah. I
Well,
think
I
you
mean,
could, or even
yeah,
Allen Robinson, really.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if someone's trying to compete. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah. What
Or
about
Curtis Samuel.
Maybe.
what? Yeah, talk about Curtis Samuel. What realistically, what would you should you be giving up for something like that?
Not 2 seconds, I'll tell you that much.
I would have easily sold Curtis Samuel for 1 second, 123
Yeah,
second.
man, like I said, if you were able to switch Curtis Samuel and flip him and get Elijah Moore, that's a steal right
Oh
there.
yeah,
That's a
I
quick
agree.
set right there. But
Yeah.
in terms of what I would give up for Curtis Samuel, probably yeah, a second. What about this? Who would you rather have, Brandon Cooks or Curtis Samuel?
Mm.
Brandon Cooks for me. I
Even
just
in
feel like
Dynasty?
I'm not. I mean, what is Curtis Samuel? What is Carson Wentz? What are all of them even gonna do? I mean,
That's
at least Brandon Cooks is
Yeah.
like I can play you every now and then if I need you to go out there and get me a few points. You're gonna go out there and get a few catches, maybe get a touchdown.
Mhm.
I've played him some this year. I've sat him some this year.
Yeah.
it ain't like I'm saying, but I mean Curtis Samuel. I mean this dude's value was pretty much nothing not too long ago. Played
Yeah.
like 2 good games. He's getting all these targets. He didn't do nothing last game, but even if he's good this year, I feel pretty good about selling him for 2 second rounders.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I see you got Damian Pierce on this trade block. So what's his price?
Mm.
He's like,
I put him on the trade block a while back just to bait y'all.
I know
But
you're high on
listen,
him though.
I'm not saying I was high on Damian Pierce like I don't know, like a major piece in the trade. I was saying he was like a sleeper. The opportunity was there.
Right. So you think for this year?
Dunk, I know exactly who he wants for Damian Pierce.
Who?
And it's Travis Etienne. They'll take him straight up.
I'm not doing
They'll
that.
just take him straight. He says no right now, but when he's drunk one night and he's
I would
thinking
for
about
sure. Like I'm saying, all right, how about this? Would you rather have Kenneth Walker or Damian Pierce?
Kenneth Walker.
Ooh, I'm going Pierce.
I feel like I would trade Damian Pierce for Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I think Kenneth Walker's a better prospect.
But the thing is I'm competing and I value the running back, so I try to put as many of them as I can. I lost 3 in the past couple weeks, Dunk. I'm down Swift, Cordell, and Javonte, but now here comes Dobbins and Damian Pierce. Let's go.
Man, we could talk about that. We could talk about that one that you did for Javonte. You went out and got your guy. You traded up a lot to get him too.
Yeah, Kraft. I gave up Elijah Moore,
ETN,
and a first, and got Javonte Williams.
This is before the season started, though.
Yeah, before the season.
Before summer.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured he didn't do that after he blew his knee out.
I put it like this: like I gave up enough to say I'm gonna hold. There's no doubt about it. He's young enough.
Yeah.
If somebody offered me something crazy though, and I was just like, okay, fine, I'll sell him.
What if they offered you a high end competing running back? What about like an Austin Eckler or something?
Nah.
What about a Nick Chubb?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't do it for Chubb?
Saquon?
Really?
Saquon's pretty young still.
I don't know about Saquon was the most intriguing name.
Really? Even with competing? Now, let's say if it gets to what we were talking about, that scenario, you're 8-2 going in the playoffs, and it's looking like you got a strong chance to win. You're not flipping Javonte Williams for one of those?
Saquon in a second.
I don't know, man. I tend to want to hold. I gave up. You know how it is, running backs.
But I
feel like I wouldn't even give up Saquon in a second for Javonte, maybe.
Yeah, no, I feel that. The thing is, man, it's going to be like a year and a half before Javonte's back, and I don't even know. It might be just a wash year whenever he comes back.
It's going to be a while, but
you seen J.K. Dobbins how long it took, and that was.
Well, I feel like it was.
He did that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was before the season, like a month before the season. That was like at the very beginning of training camp.
Yeah, well, hey, look, that's what I'm saying.
I'll approach this situation the same way I did with J.K. Dobbins. Is if somebody offered me something that I just can't refuse, then I'll give it up. But I don't mind holding it. I mean, I got an IR spot. Running backs, I'm going to keep knowing me, I'm going to try to keep running backs flowing no matter what anyways. So maybe one day.
What about 223 first? Would you give it up for him?
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to be real. I would do that.
I think 2 first about getting anybody.
They got to be early. One of them at least got to be early, though.
I got one that we can go over first because this is a big one, too. A bunch of big names.
Go for it.
All right. So this one, like I said, this was in a redraft league. We have one team getting Alvin Kamara, Breece Hall, and Jamar Chase, and the other team gave up David Njoku, Jared Goff, Najee Harris, and Cortland Sutton.
Yes.
It's a big one.
Yeah. That's a lot of players.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Break that down. Can you break
it down
for
me? Break it down for me.
I'm gonna type it in here. Hall, Chase, and Kamara.
So yeah, sounds like we got some Hall Chase. We got some big heavy hitters. Sounded like Najee was part of the deal.
And Jared Goff, the ultimate heavy hitter.
Yep. And Jared Goff's been going off this year, man. Me and Kraft done found a new respect for him.
Right there, you should be able to see it now.
Hall, Chase, and Kamara for Sutton, Harris, Goff, and Njoku.
I like the Chase. Well, yeah, I like the Brees Hall and the Chase side. But
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm with you. You're high on Sutton.
yeah, I'm high on Sutton. The only thing that would sway me for the other side, the Sutton, Harris, Goff, and Njoku, is if the team who got Goff had like Russell Wilson as their starting quarterback.
Oh, let me rephrase this. This is a 2 QB. 2 QB.
2 QB,
Okay.
and this is
Yeah,
redraft.
my bad.
Redraft
Okay.
Dunk.
Redraft 2 QB, yeah.
Redraft 2 QB. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. That definitely kind of sways me a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say the golf side to me now. And this is Dynasty Dunk. Oh no, redraft.
No, this
I
is
don't.
just
I already just asked that like 2 seconds ago. Okay.
I like Sutton side better now.
Yeah,
Sutton, Harris.
I'm starting to lean with you on that.
I think it was a good time to buy low on Chase and Kamara, but I'm kind of with you guys. I don't know if I would have gave up all of that.
Yeah, that's a good trade though. I like that one. That was one that you had to think about. And yep, know your settings, know the league rules, because we was thinking one way, and then 2 QB, the way Goff's been playing and the way it's gonna keep looking.
But man, I think it's easy. It could be easy for that Hall, Chase, and Kamara to be league winning potential, especially like I said, if Kamara comes back healthy, Brees Hall keeps progressing like he has, and then Chase just booms. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at points compared, though. I think Sutton probably scores more than Brees in redraft this year. It's probably close. Chase would probably outscored Najee, I would guess. But, with that second quarterback with Goff, I still – Kamara's scary as hell. I mean, you got to have some, you got to really be going in to go get Kamara right now. You got to really believe. So, especially in redraft, with – court date it could still happen. Week 8 or week 9.
I feel like for this year you're probably safe though. I feel like for dynasty purposes, I don't want Kamara now. It's gonna be tough, but redraft, I would be looking maybe. Yeah, I think Kamara might be a good little buy low.
Yeah,
that's worth taking the risk. I'll say that.
I'll tell you this: as long as Jameis is out, I think it looks better for Kamara because this man Jameis, whenever he's playing, just doesn't like Kamara for whatever reason.
Yeah, he ain't checking it now.
Would you trade Clyde for Kamara?
Man, I was listening to what you guys were talking about, and I was low on CEH too. But man, he keeps producing.
Touchdowns just keep coming, man.
Where do you stand on that one, Dunk? I want to know your opinion on CEH right now.
Man, so that's kind of tough. But, I mean, he's a needed receiver. I mean, he's a receiving back, running all them RB wheel routes and all kinds of stuff like that for Patrick Mahomes, who's looking great. So, man, if those touchdowns keep consistent, I mean, he's a low-end RB1, if not mid RB1 right there. In PPR leagues, that is.
Yeah.
But he got 19 touches last game. If he gets over 15 a week for me and about selling him, he was getting 10 touches. That's including receptions a week. That's not enough really to sustain through the year. But really, I guess it's just if you believe he's going to get over 15, or if he's going to be sitting around 9 or 10, and Pacheco's going to keep getting more involved. So it's a tough call with Clyde.
Now you're saying that would I give up Kamara for Clyde? I'd probably, being me, but I'm also a Kamara owner. I think I would hold on to Kamara because I really do think he can be an RB1 for sure. And I think he can be in that top 5.
Jameis is going to be the quarterback.
Yeah, Yeah, for sure. But I think, man, it's like I said, you got to get the best players involved. And I think Michael Thomas, he's just injury prone. Like you guys said, he's just a baby made of glass, basically. But yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. And
Yeah.
we haven't seen Kamara healthy yet. So I got to see that first.
Well, who would y'all say in redraft right now is your ultimate like buy low candidate, like running back wise? What running backs y'all trying to go after that hadn't performed yet?
I mean, Kamara's for sure the number one, I would say.
Yeah.
It was going to be Javante before he tore his ACL,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I'd probably say Swift.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh
I'd probably
man.
say that.
Who would be selling him on the low? For
I don't know.
injury purpose out.
That's what I'm thinking. I think you can kind of capitalize off that week 6 bye, especially if these people got a negative record. Let's say if you're 2-4, maybe you're still trying to get into it, but it's that bye and you just need somebody. Yeah, I think you can get them for the low.
Yeah.
I think people are for sure going to start panicking soon.
Najee, maybe. Do y'all want Najee at all?
Man, his matchups are tough,
His
dude.
matchups are awful.
I do not want him this year.
I
I
think Kenny Pickett's gonna make the offense a little better, though. I'm not saying I'm a Kenny Pickett believer, but fuck, anything's better than Nick Trubisky.
Yeah. Like we said, the schedule, they got Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, Philly, a bye, and then New Orleans.
Man, I just think Najee still gets so much volume, though, man. He can just get you consistently at least double digits or close to it, I think.
Yeah.
He's only on pace for 40 receptions this year. That's nothing.
Yeah, but that was with Mix, though. I think it might look a little bit better with Kenny Pickett. But I don't know. Maybe not, because he did take away 2 touchdowns from Najee goal line.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
yeah, I don't know. That Najee's kind of tough for me, man.
I can't wait to see how it plays out. See what Kenny Pickett's got. And see what that offense just looks like in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we're talking about the ultimate buy low, it's Jonathan Taylor, though. But man, even then, I'm kind of skeptical about that because the Colts look god awful.
I know. That's tough. For Kraft buying low, that's easy for you. I'm definitely not selling him.
For me, that he just took the words out of my mouth because I was going to ask if you would trade Chubb for Taylor.
I don't think I would.
No, I wouldn't either.
I think I'd keep Chubb just with the way that offense is only going to improve when Deshaun.
Oh, you would keep Chubb?
I think so.
What if he was on the other side, though? Would you make the move to get Chubb? You would trade Jonathan Taylor to get Chubb?
I think if I'm desperate enough, especially, but that's the thing. Like, you probably wasted that. You didn't waste the 1-on-1. You used the 1-on-1 on Jonathan Taylor. He hasn't been performing, so you're probably not sitting well right now.
Definitely not.
Hold up. I gotta say no, because in that average Joe's league, 12-man redraft, I took Jonathan Taylor 101. I'm in prime position. What am I? I'm 3-1, I think.
2-2, I think.
2-2, and I have a chance to beat the first place guy.
You're mediocre.
But I think the reason why it saved me is going Mark Andrews in the second, going tied in real high.
Yeah.
Since you're here, I don't want to talk. Well, that's a redraft question. Dunk, what do you think about going basically Kelsey or Mark Andrews high in the top 2 rounds? You would have had to get Kelsey in the first, most likely, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I got Mark Andrews late in the second, what do you think about the strategy? I made up my mind. I said if Mark Andrews falls to me in the second, I'm gonna go tight end no matter what. Never done it before. Figured what the hell.
Yeah, I mean, I like going tight ends early. I like getting some of those elite guys. I think it takes a big drop off. Like, you got a 1A, 1B in Andrews and Kelsey, and then after that, it takes a big jump for me, a big step down. But man, if you do that, you got that positional advantage, you know? And I mean, you're getting 18, 19, even upwards of 20 points just off a tight end position. And then you can fill out all RB and wide receiver. That's why I'm super high on Pitts, man, because he's like a cheat code, basically. And if you got that for some years, if he's scoring 20, like an
Yeah.
elite receiver would, then I mean, damn, it's gonna be hard to beat, man. It's the same thing. I always targeted Andrew, or I always targeted Kelsey whenever he was available
Yeah.
Yeah.
in
It
redrafts.
it looks better this year so far. Like we would all say, yeah, we'll take the tight ends early this year because the first round running backs have just been garbage.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, nah, Kraft. I am 3-1 in the average Joe's league.
oh man, I was trying to downplay you, man.
You've been hating.
0-4. He's 0
Man,
4, everybody. He's 0
basically,
4.
I came out with Dobbins on that team. Yes, Amon-Ra St. Brown on like the 6-7 turn. I can't
Oh
wait to
yeah.
do redraft. I can't wait till next year when we do drafts again. We're going to mock draft like crazy and make a lot of mock draft podcasts for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to break
Oh
some
yeah.
stuff down for the folks.
And while we're talking about tight ends, what do you guys think about, like I said, these other people that fall right behind Andrews and Kelsey, the Pitts, the George Kittle, the Waller? I mean, they're all just
Terrible.
Yeah, I think, and when you're talking about redraft, if you're not going to go get those first two, but I think before the draft, some people might have had Kyle Pitts in that category too, maybe
oh yeah, he was
S-
taken in the third
taking
round.
him high.
Oh yeah.
So,
Great or late usually is my thing. Great or late, but one tight end I completely missed on. I had him ranked at number 3, but season's still young and he's been injured with Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he does. I mean, I'm not seeing that much from him, but really great. I still think great or late. Kelsey or Andrews, and then just wait.
yeah, because then you can maybe get lucky on snagging a guy like
Njoku.
Everett. Yeah, Njoku, Everett, stuff like
Actually,
that. Guys who
I have a trade that went down with some tight ends actually in my league. It was Tyler Lockett and Higbee for Harris and George Kittle.
We talk a redraft or dynasty?
Yeah, redraft.
I say it one more time, don't.
It was Tyler Lockett and Tyler Higbee for Damian Harris and George Kittle.
Pretty even.
Yeah, that is even.
You think
I like
Higbee's gonna
Higbee
sustain
better.
it?
Yeah, the Higbee size probably where I would go. Both targets, tight ends.
I like Higbee better than Kittle, but I like Damian Harris better than Tyler Lockett. So it's depending on what your team needs. I mean, running backs are so hard to come by. I think I want Damian Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lockett probably.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's just, man, these tight ends, God, dude,
it's a little shit show out there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
we laugh at it all the time.
Oh, I know. I listen to him. Yeah, it is funny though, dude.
It's just
like I said, I got Evan Ingram rolling out there this week.
But Evan Ingram's just as good as a choice as anybody out there. It's like, you never know. Go for it, Kraft.
I got one for y'all this week. We got Jahan Dotson out, and Washington's playing. Logan Thomas probably is a decent streamer.
I think so. Yeah. I was trying to pick him up.
Just for folks out there looking super desperate like everybody else for tight ends.
Yeah, Kraft, you got any more of those? We got any more trades or anything redraft we want to keep talking about?
The only redraft trade I made this year, but I actually just withdrew it. But I was going to trade Rashad Penny and Allen Robinson. You can see I'm trying to get rid of Allen Robinson with the quickness.
Yeah,
I've done accepted my mistake, and now I'm trying to kick him down the road. But like I was going to do Rashad Penny and Allen Robinson for Keenan Allen.
Well, how low would you sell Allen Robinson for at this point in the redraft league? Somebody came at you with an offer just for Allen Robinson.
Okay, well, we'll compare some names of like people that you picked up. Where you dropping them? Would you have dropped him for Curtis Samuel if you had to?
Probably.
Would you have dropped him for Jahan Dotson?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Man, those are tough.
That's the thing, though. Allen Robinson,
you gotta have the balls to do it. Obviously, it's like you're gonna do it, but it's like you gotta have the balls to do it. You're just gonna drop him for Curtis Samuel? That sounds crazy almost. But it could pay off. Curtis
I
Samuel's
don't
been
think
getting the
Allen Robinson.
targets.
Yeah. I don't think Allen Robinson's really looked bad. I think it's just the Rams entirely have just kind of looked bad, really.
What about Dubs?
Oh, yeah, I'd smash Dubs for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, I'm going to the bottom of the list, and if you say that you can drop him for this guy, then he's droppable in all these. Josh Reynolds.
I'd keep Allen Robinson above him. But man, if you tell me someone like Alec Pierce, I might consider that.
Wow. So that's pretty. This is redraft, so that's kind of
What about
that's
Hunter
ballsy.
Renfro?
It's ballsy. I like Hunter Renfro. I ain't giving up on him yet.
Yeah, I would take Renfro
About
over him, maybe.
He ain't played but what 2 games this year.
yeah, because he got in that concussion, but he fumbled twice, didn't he, or something like that?
Shoot, we all would have fumbled getting hit like he did on that last play.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I know you mentioned earlier, I think it was on an earlier podcast, talking about the Raiders just getting it all together and figuring it all out. That's kind of why I view a little bit of Darren Waller as a buy low candidate, because I do think he'll perform at least towards the middle when they kind of get rolling a little bit.
Yeah.
How does it not happen if Devontae keeps getting doubled? I mean, Darren Waller was doing his thing when he was getting doubled.
Yeah,
How can he not beat single coverage now? I don't get it.
Man, I don't know. I don't think he's healthy all the way or something. Yeah, I don't think something's going right.
Did have that hamstring issue in the offseason.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
some
let
type
me
of
say that.
issues.
Yeah. Is that why you withdrew from the Keenan Allen? You worried about the hammy?
Well, Keenan Allen could be great. I mean, it's Keenan Allen. He's solid every time he plays. But yeah, if you listen to the previous podcast, you know how I feel about them soft tissue injuries.
Yeah.
But he's a buy low because of it. So it's just a risk. It's a buy low, but it's also shoot, he might not play till week 9 if it keeps going on,
But who is the other person in that Allen Robinson trade you said?
Rashad Penny.
See, I feel like I'd hit it just for the chance of Keenan Allen taking me through the playoffs at least.
Rashad Penny had a great week last week, but it's the only week he's had a good week.
I think Rashad
that
Penny
was
might
against
be
the
a good
Lions.
sell high right now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, damn, that's what I'm saying. You can kind of pair him, maybe get Keenan Allen and some change then.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen was a 2nd-round pick this year.
Damn, he was that high in redraft?
2nd, 3rd round at the turn, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'd have much preferred just going with Mike Williams around later if he was available around later.
He was like 2 rounds later. Yeah.
I agree with that too.
I was all over Mike Williams. I really wanted him, but he's had his up and down games like he always does.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm trying to think of some buy low candidates.
Yeah.
I know there's been some trades that are gone for Jamar Chase that I just thought were just idiotic.
Yeah.
For Jamar.
Yeah.
Hey,
he's buy low.
Man, fellas, how about we just wrap it up by doing something like, what are we doing with our leagues? Like, how are we approaching it? Like, what's your record in this league? How are you going to approach it?
You put me on the spot now.
I'll do that.
How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Are you looking to sell some stuff? You looking to buy? Not to say just go into straight detail, but like give some people some advice. Like if you're 1-3, should you be looking to move? Should you be looking to stay? If you're 4-0, or if you're 0-4,
we're saying it's complete redraft, right? This is
redraft. What are you doing in redraft, Kraft? In your league right now? You like Allen Robinson? That's your main objective right now.
Dude, like I got, how you lay down in your bed, like you post something on the ceiling. That's what it says. Like, look at it. Go to bed. Then I wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom mirror, and it says, "Get rid of Allen Robinson."
Gotta get rid of Allen Robinson. Gotta make a splash.
No, in my home league, my main redraft that I've been doing for years, I drafted Jonathan Taylor at 101, so I'm in bad shape. But I'm just looking at my team, and I like it, so I'm really just staying put. And
what's your record?
I'm 1-3 in that one.
Okay,
but I'm 1-3, but I'm just looking at my team. I got Debo, I got Jalen Waddle, I got Burrow, Jonathan Taylor. I think it's going to pick up. James Conner scares me, but yeah, I would just say for people to look at their team, and if they like it, and you're still scoring points, and you might be getting unlucky. Don't ever get real complacent. Still try to look at that free agency and save your waiver picks and stuff. Waiver priority. But even when you're 4-0, don't get complacent. But just look at your team. If you like it, then don't try to do nothing crazy. But if it's a terrible team and you don't like it, then you got to try to do something.
You can't sit still.
Yeah.
If you're sitting still and you're losing, nothing's going to change. So you got to make some moves.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, I've seen people flip it around, man.
Yep. Crazy things happen.
Crazier things.
Hey, like Dunk said earlier in the show, we had a dude last year, lose his last, he just stumbled into the playoffs, man. Lost his last,
his last 5. And he only made it in because we had, man, that year was ridiculous. I think we had 3 7-7 teams.
Yeah.
But he only got in there because he scored 20 more points than I did.
Yeah. It's tough. Got to play for points.
Y'all know Jimmy, right, from high school?
Mm-hmm.
We got a high school league going on. This man has Javonte, Jonathan Taylor, Keenan Allen, and Rashad Bateman all out. So Rashad Bateman's out this week too. I'm like, dude, see when you get that eat up with the injury bug, I mean, I don't even know.
There's nothing you could do.
Yeah.
What's your advice for players in that situation? Like nothing?
Man, I feel like you just got to take it, roll with the punches, man. You're going to have years like that.
Maybe just flip them for even though they're buy low candidates, you're just going to have to flip them for whatever you can get and just
try to
see
get
what
a win
happens.
right now.
I mean, Jimmy's just screwed. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, for real.
Look, a man got beat up.
What's his record?
One of his top running. Yeah, what's his record, Kraft?
He's either 2-2 or 1-3. I think 1-3.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
So,
I think you might just have to call it a day.
Sometimes you just get unlucky, man. That's all it is to it. Sometimes you just don't have the luck that year. You lose your money that year.
That's my thing, dude. Like my team, looking at it, it's like, oh, this team should be top 4 easily in our league, and these dudes have just shit the bed.
Are you talking about our league, the home league?
Yeah, easily.
Oh man, your team is so trash.
I got Kamara, Jones.
He's looking at
Jones, Najee.
No, your team looks pretty good, but you just folding under the pressure. That's all I know. Sometimes you just gotta be able to hang, man. You gotta be able to handle it.
It kills me, bro. I can't even score points right now. These dudes are just all in slumps. Or I'll have boom bust guys. Like one dude will perform, but nobody else will.
All right, well, Dunk, look at your dynasty team. Say that was a redraft team right there, and you're 1-3. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. What would you, just to start it off, who would be the one thing you would do to sell to see if you maybe can get production in another area or something?
Man, I don't know. So let me run you through my team right now. So my team is Patty Mahomes, Aaron Jones, Kamara, Chase, Brown, AJB, Kyle Pitts, Najee Harris, Ramondre, and then I got, some other pieces, Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy on the bench. And to me, I really don't know any moves that I can make. I really don't want to really give up any of these guys.
So you just stay in the course. Kraft, would you stay the course in a redraft league if that was like a redraft?
With that team he just had, yeah, hell yeah. The only player, that me and him are different on is Kamara. So,
yeah,
I might think of trying to move Kamara for James Robinson and redraft, something like that. But
could you get him in Dynasty, you think?
Probably, but I wouldn't want to give Kamara up for James Robinson.
Would you give up Kamara for James Robinson, Kraft, and Dynasty? I might would.
Shit, Robinson's value might be better in Dynasty than it is in redraft.
Me and you have talked about this a lot, Matt, and if James Robinson wasn't an undrafted guy and he got drafted in the first or second round, you'd easily do it.
Yeah.
James Robinson just got that undrafted thing beside his name, So I think I'd do it though.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you did it for real. I just think, man, I got to hold on to Kamara right now. He's on that. He's just hurt me too much, man. I can't do that Saquon bullshit that I was on, where these players
Yeah.
hurt me and then I just sell them low,
So don't
basically.
just stay the course. I agree.
Yeah,
Heck, you're gonna be the kill this week. You'll be 2-3. It won't look as bad.
we'll see, man. Yeah,
You
and then
need
I
to
got
be the kill
Jamel.
though. That's just because this dude's defense got him 17. I seen.
Yeah, but
So
Russell Wilson got him 7. Though.
yeah, man, Russell Wilson, man, just so
Yeah,
bad.
if you got Russ, you can't be complacent with Russ.
You have to try to
Mhm.
get
And
something.
Stafford in redraft too. I feel like you need to give up on that.
Mhm.
Um,
I will say this: I have been trying to shop AJB a little bit just to see what the price is, especially in Dynasty, and see what it is going forward. But I feel like people just aren't paying the price that I want for him, really.
yeah.
Yeah,
I got a good question for you, Don't. A good one. Because me and Matt we love running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you like receivers. So in redraft, say the settings are 2 receivers, 2 running backs, 2 flex.
Mm-hmm.
What you're drafting in the middle rounds? What are you how you like to draft?
Man, I think it's just dependent on the year. I would say this year I was going wide receiver heavy and just kind of doing that hero receiver, whatever the hell it is, 0 RB, not 0 RB, but I definitely wasn't targeting any of them in the first round.
Yeah, so you were definitely like, say you're drafting at the number 8 spot, you were taking Chase over like Mixon.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. But if we're talking about if I'm at the turn and Chase Jefferson and all them are gone, I'd probably take a running back. Like Najee is still available at the end right there.
And that would have been the downfall.
Yeah, yeah, I know. At the time, or Mixon. Mixon might have been available, but I mean he's not been playing good either. I
yeah,
will say that I've been trying to get Mixon though.
Yeah. I mean, we
yeah.
play half PPR in our redraft, but we always
I mean that
on
does
the
kind of
show.
change it.
Yeah, on the show we talk about PPR and the Dynasty's PPR. So it
If it's
Dunk.
means
half PPR,
How do you
I'd probably
feel
go heavy.
about our league? We play PPR all the time. We've played PPR for years. I'm playing
Yeah,
half PPR now.
I think
I
we should
mean,
go to half PPR.
man, don't listen. I'm not saying I know. You know how it is. Cooper Cup's my guy, but I'm just saying this dude's getting a lot of points just from catching the ball.
Oh no, I'm with you.
Half kind of moves it back closer to like almost
even with
normal,
running
especially with
backs.
like running backs.
Yeah. I think I would rather do half, in my opinion.
Makes the
But
touchdown a
yeah,
little more valuable.
yeah, no,
That's a
I
one that
agree.
we'll have to talk about one day because I do like playing in PPR leagues. The points, more points, it's fun. Our
But I
league is
think,
just super competitive though, so I think maybe half PPR.
yeah. But the thing is, like, I know we can't change it now because people are going to say, whoever has the elite tight end options is going to be unfair. But I like the tight end premium. I like that 1.5 because it makes the tight end position just that more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it just makes a better scoring format, in all honesty.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to change over with the premium options as opposed to the half PPR ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even super flex, switching from 1 to a 2 quarterback would be easier than.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
man, shoot, man, I say we just wrap it on up. This was a long episode for the people. Hopefully they listen to the
Mhm.
whole thing because we gave them some good information today. These
Yeah.
hopefully I'm gonna try to get this one out tonight to the people. But
Man,
we'll
I
see.
can't believe I read off that team and I can't believe I'm 1-3. God damn. That is just
Might not even
crazy to
make the
me.
playoffs. But what's crazy about that is it's like what John said. That man David's got lowest points in victory
Oh
three
my God.
times. This
Bro, don't
dude's
even get me
got
started.
this dude's 3-1 and he scored the same amount of points as a kill who's 0-4. So there's some crazy. You know how crazy that is?
Yeah, I know, dude. And then it's like I was projected to beat this dude bad too. And then it's just I score my lowest total, of course, the week I play him.
Yeah.
And he'll talk about, it's the defense or something. It's his defense that helps him out. Like what?
We need to drop, man. Don't we need to drop one for the crew, man? What's
Oh
up?
yeah.
You want to
Oh,
hop on one
they hate.
tonight?
Whew.
Dunk, you trying to hop on one for the crew tonight?
Shit, maybe. Yeah. Shit, the crew ain't gonna want to hear it from me though. I
Crap,
am looking
man.
bad.
Crap. You got anything to say to the people who just listen to our long babbling?
Man, I hope they make it through the whole episode. We
Yeah.
got some good information all the way from start to the finish. I feel like and all the folks I talked to, I said, what can we do? What can we do for the show that you want to hear? And this is kind of what they wanted to hear: a little bit of trade talk, a little bit of
It's just discussions, man. That's all it
a
is
little bit of
just
getting the
talking
hell
about
off
it.
my team. Yeah, I want get the hell off my team talk.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I agree.
that.
I like
feel
I like the podcast with a lot of stats and stuff, but I also like the ones where they just kick back and talk. I like to just talk about it, see what's going on in these leagues, other people's leagues, because things are different in other people's leagues. So, shoot, man, I say we just wrap it on up.
Yeah, what we got for the people next, man? What you got in mind?
Look, we either gonna have to get us a gambling episode in, or we'll just be breaking down the Sunday and Monday's games.
Man, dude, Vegas just knows how to play your ass, though. I don't
It's
think
tough.
I've seen one tournament that's won this year.
And the little thing on the sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, outside of that.
It's definitely been hard on them under. I've been hitting on some of the spreads. Like I hit the under last night, Colts and Denver. That was the easiest one of the whole time.
That game was awful.
Might see if Phil we'll see if Phil can hop on a little gambling. We'll see what we can do. But
He's a gambling king. It sounds like Phil got it going on.
I'm a gambling fiend. Shoot, he does as good as any of us. I feel like
he does great. He told me his lineup last week, and I went back and listened to it. I was like, "Yeah, Phil won. He won something with that lineup he put in." I mean, the Geno Smith call, man. The Geno Smith call, that was brilliant.
Yeah, it was. I actually last week I lost mine. I think Phil did win his.
Yeah.
And shoot, I thought my lineup was stacked. It is crazy how it works out like that.
Yep.
I'm telling you, they play good.
But shoot, man, people add the podcast. Add me on Twitter at Hamm. Dunk. Where can they add you at?
Add me on Twitter at Duncan_says.
Duncan_says. Hey, man, and we'll talk some fantasy football with y'all if y'all want. But we out.
Peace.